You know, I really like when they drop these performance models on the Nike ID, Nike by You, on the Nike by You platform first. Because it's basically like, why bother with the general release at that point? Because you could just make your one-to-one and you'd be good. Hey, what's good, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. And today we got a Nike by You, actually by me. And it's on these potential bad boys right here. This, my friends, is the Nike LeBron Soldier 14. I think that these are going to be pretty beastly. I do have a couple of concerns, but the tech specs alone have me very intrigued. And then on top of that, the Nike by You or Nike ID system just had some really cool options. And I was like, well, that's dope. It's also not as expensive as it used to be. It's like now it's like 20 bucks or something like that over retail. Because I think these are 140 and I think I paid 160. So I don't think that's a bad thing for a custom shoe. And again, when they release these alongside the retail version, I'm just like, why even bother? Unless the retail version is mad hot. Like if they look dope, then that's one thing, but I didn't feel like this was one of them shoes. These actually are really funky looking. The design, I don't even know if I did them justice. I don't even know why I did this. I don't even like the South Beach colorway, to be perfectly honest. They just remind me a little bit of the 8s, and so in my brain was like, yep, that works. Now, as far as the tech specs are concerned, first we're gonna look at the traction, because it might not look like anything, but because this is a Nike by You, they actually have new options for XDR rubber. For those of you guys that don't know, XDR rubber is extra durable rubber, and typically you'll find that in two places. One is Nike ID, aka Nike by You, and two, overseas releases. Most people know this already, mostly because we've been talking about it for like 10 years or whatever, 11 years. When you see an XDR tag on a shoe, that could mean that it's fake, but most of the time it actually means that it came from China, because all of them over there have XDR. They also have the shoes built around a different last, so a lot of times you'll see extra letters on the shoe name. So like this one will be this is just the Nike LeBron Soldier 14, but if it's the Chinese release, it's gonna say Nike LeBron Soldier 14 PF, and that means performance fit, and that's a little bit wider for wide footers over there. So if you were interested in something like that, again, XDR and the wider lasting fit just come with the shoe, retail, all that stuff. No extra bells and whistles, no Nike ID, none of that. You can go to my favorite spot on eBay, which is eBay Seller ID for shoes. It's not a plug, it's just helping you out. They actually sell, because they're from overseas, they sell the Chinese releases, and that's how most of them come. So anyways, what I was trying to get at is that this is XDR, and it was an option. Normally with Nike ID or Nike by You, the XDR options suck because they're only gray. There's no way to really ID a shoe or design a shoe properly when you only have one color option to work with. Nowadays though, they actually implemented this white rubber, so I was like, man, that's cool. So I put XDR on here, and it's kind of good because half the time I end up having to play outside anyways. Like if I can even find a court that doesn't have the rim gone. But I am a little bit concerned because it is still soft. You can hear that, right? Like, that's weird. Thought that it would be a little bit firmer than that, but it is what it is. The traction pattern itself reminds me a lot of the LeBron 17s, both the mid and the low. I had no issues with traction with the low, only with the mids. So hopefully this is more like the low top version and just gives you like grippy traction and all that stuff. The cushion though, the cushion is the main draw for me. I just like the Soldier line in general, but like I like it when they really like pack it full of tech, and that's what they've done here. They actually list that on the back here, which is cool, man. Like I love when brands do this, because if you're not going to put it on the box, which obviously this is a different box, so it's not going to have that stuff, but if you're not going to put that like under the lid explanation of what you just bought, having it on the shoe like this is perfect. You win. Perfect. So what you can see here is that there is zoom air in the forefoot, and it actually tells you the thickness or the size of the unit. So it's 10 millimeters thick, which is not a small unit. It's a big ass unit right in the front. On top of that, there is another one that's 13 millimeters in the heel, which is fucking massive. You can actually see that through the little window. Every time that there's visible tech here, somebody's like, well, what if I go and walk on a nail? Where do you walk around? I ain't never seen nails everywhere, man. Walking around in the junkyard? Like what, where do you go where there's nails that can potentially puncture your air unit? I've been alive for a long time. I ain't never seen that. You might see a stray nail here and there, but I never step on it. Not to the point where it's sticking up. I never in what's that movie that we watched?
Oh, A Quiet Place?
Yeah, I ain't never a quiet place to sneaker, man. And I'm old, okay? So I don't know where you guys are from, but that's crazy to me. Now, in addition to the zoom units, the midsole itself is Cushlon. It also states that right underneath here. So you know everything about these, man. I do like this little rubber piece back here. It's almost like a little heel counter, even though it doesn't extend back here. It just, you know, stiffens up the rear section. A lot of this midsole, though, you sit in. And one of the things that I really like about these, for one, is the design. For two, though, is this little plastic piece. You don't like that?
I don't.
Really? Wow. Why?
It's just so bulky.
Man, you know what this reminds me of, though?
Yes, because I saw you walk through the house with the shoe.
I'm going to show you guys right now.
Penny.
No, you're fired.
Something twos.
It's the Pippin twos, man.
Damn
I
it.
can't believe you called these the pennies. These are red. They're not blue. Oh my gosh.
I knew it was a two. You're welcome.
No. Man, you're fired. I can't believe you just said the penny. But yeah, this really reminds me of these. I've seen colorways that were made to look like this. I almost did that, but I have these. And these are nowhere near as cool as these, so I was like, why bother? Now, the materials on these guys are really interesting. So is the build. So a sock, you know, style shoe or whatever. This is not gonna be easy to get into, which is a bummer. But the upper itself is just weird as shit. This material is like finger trap material, man. It's so interesting. And it's a little similar to what they use on the Air Jordan 11 upper, that Cordura style mesh, where it's got that same type of weave into it. It's just that this is a lot thicker and a lot more like a finger trap. And so when you push on this, it's supposed to tighten up and all that. So even though it's real loose and you'll be able to flex in it, no problem. Something I don't like though on the upper, for one, it's one of my design choices, which was the number thing. Cause I don't know why I thought this was the other side. And so I don't think that it would have been as bad with a 3 on the inside, but like, why is it there? Like, it's just a weird choice. So bad on me. And then on top of that, the material panel right there is just, why? I know why, but like, why? It's just this cheap little fuse piece, and I'm just like, bro, you perforated it as if it was going to give you some airflow, but you could see all the glue behind it, restricting any type of airflow that you might have. But I do like the inside though. It might not do anything, but it reminds me of the Jordan 14, the little Ferrari scoop in the tooling. Now the lacing is weird. I don't like it. I just don't. I'm glad that we have laces again. That's cool because we've been having straps for a number of years, so I'm glad that we have laces back, but you can't see them, can't get to them. I don't like wearing these lace lock things at all, especially not for basketball. So I'm going to take that off, and I just really hope that my lace doesn't come out of the little nylon strand that's under there, because I'm never going to be able to get back in there. I do like the tongue though. The tongue is mad perforated, and it's got nice holes back there all the way through, so great ventilation. Now, in addition to all of that, we have a nice little molded sculpture in the back of the heel. It goes all the way around, a little wishbone, dog bone, whatever the hell we want to call it. And then the insole is just a basic ortholite, so nothing special. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, I went true to size. That's what I would recommend. They actually fit quite nicely. It's a real pain in the ass to get in there. Just gonna say, pain in the ass to get them off too. And the zoom units weren't quite as bouncy as what they seem like, so hopefully they break in once you start wearing them. But again, true to size is what I would go with. They don't look too bad on feet. I was like, not bad. So I already know that you don't like these, so I'm not even gonna ask you. I don't like these either, okay? As far as visuals go, as long as they perform well, that's what matters to me. But can you at least be nice with my colorway? Do you like the colorway at all? The blocking, the layering of the colors?
I feel like there was a missed opportunity.
For what? What would you have done?
Okay, go with me.
Uh-oh.
I feel like if you had left this part black.
Which part are we talking about?
This cage for your laces. But then if you had put red underneath, it would be a black widow.
Oh.
There's like this whole hourglass, and then there's little ribs that look like legs. I don't know.
Yeah, little Miles Morales.
Yeah, obviously
cool.
You wouldn't have had this bright blue then, but.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. This color, the color blocking was like weird. I don't even remember what my original thought was, because it was not this. Because I started off with the Volt. I don't know if I was trying to do like a Kobe Chaos theme or something. I really don't know, but I did the Volt first, and then I don't know what the happened. That's usually what I do first when I'm on Nike ID or Nike by You, is that I go to each section of the shoe and I'll just do a random color just so I could see the blocking, because it always gives you a blank image, and that way I could be like
that weird like bone kind of color.
Yeah, it's like a weird grayish white, you know what I mean? And like you're just kind of like, all right, or it'll give you like the inspirations of like either somebody that did it before you.
I don't want that. I want a blank slate.
I like the blank slate too, but like I said, I'll go through and I'll just do a bunch of random colors. Like it looked like a crayon box got melted on the shoe, just so I could see what's going on, and then I'll pick things. One of the cool things though is that this little plastic piece, you could do a gradient.
Oh, that was a missed opportunity too.
Jalik actually did, and it was dope, but it didn't work with this colorway. I didn't like it, at least. Could do this color and it would fade from this color to black, and it was pretty sick, but I felt like it broke up the South Beach theme. I just really liked the way that this came. But yeah, I don't know, like this was a harder one to, I think it's because the shoe's ugly, you know? So I'm not really like, ooh, I can't wait to ID these, you know what I mean? Like the KDs is fun, or back in the day when they had like the Jordan 1 Alphas on there, that was hella fun because you could do like all kinds of like OG inspired colorways, but different. Like basically what you get now is a release, like the purple ones or the red one, you know what I mean? So, but that pretty much takes care of these guys. Not only is this the Soldier 14s, but it's also Nike by You, so like a little bit of a review on both. They came hella fast, that's what she said.
I hope not.
Really?
Anyway.
You don't know, man. Sometimes she got shit to do. You know, like she got to go shopping or something. Like.
Anyways, now that I'm embarrassed, let's go.
Anyways, they only took like 2 weeks, which is pretty cool. So again, if you were interested in trying this out, I would probably go with a By You option over a retail pair at the moment. Mostly because like basketball is not really a thing in most places, so you got time. You can wait.
2 weeks is quick. It used to be at least a month.
It was at least 4 weeks. It was 4 to 6 weeks is what the estimate would be. But man, they were pumping it out, dude. Like they must be bored over there too. Quarantine, lockdown, whatever, 2020, whoop-de-doo. But these, let me know what you think about them. Let me know what you think about their performance or potential performance as well. Hopefully I get enough runs in them before too much time passes, that way we can get a performance review out. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.